Guys, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be going over the latest free agent signings. I'm really excited for this video. Like this video, comment down below, sub, and subscribe to the channel, post notifications on. So we'll do more videos like this. Let's get into this right now. The Rangers made some big moves. We could tell right here during free agency signing Corey Seager, big deal. $325 million. No opt-outs, $5 million signing bonus. That's a really big deal for the Rangers, obviously, and that's not one of the only deals that they have made this offseason, going on for just trying to start a new organization, sort of starting to make a new team, trying to just rebuild 100%. And they've really been showing it right now, spending $561.2 million, as we'll get into the other deals. But that's a crazy deal, 10 years, and that's crazy. They almost spent $500 million, and they got one of the best middle infields now. Obviously, the Mets signed back Baez. There'll be conversations for that, but also for the Dodgers. But if they had Seager, but now Trey Turner obviously gets to play short, but that's just not good for the Dodgers, losing out a guy like that. And that's not one of the only people that they lost so far today, as we'll get into more info on that. So they're really just showing up, just getting the job done, trying to be that rebuild team, trying to be the team that, not everyone's expecting to go out there and, do good. They're proving a lot of those people wrong. So, gotta admit, that's a really big deal for the Rangers. And, they could use that help. Next deal for the Rangers, we have Marcus Semien. That's a big deal, obviously. Of course, you give a lot of money, $175 million, 7 years. That's crazy. I'm just saying, that's just crazy. I can't stop saying that. He's going to be insane. Him, Seager, that seems insane, right? They're really just showing up, the Rangers, Marcus Semien, insane year, MVP candidate, and then going to the Rangers, what? And then, I think 2 hours later, 3 hours later, they get John Gray, $56 million deal. I think 4 years, I'm pretty sure. But underrated pitcher, John Gray. He's going to go out there. He's going to throw strikes, and he's going to be that ace of the pitching staff. He's going to be that star pitcher that they are going to need. They're going to have. And then they made another deal, Cole Calhoun, 1 year deal. I think a team option until for 2023. But the contract is $5.2 million. That's what MLB.com said. So that's a big deal for, not a big deal, but it's a smaller deal, but it's a big deal for him, obviously. His career is almost over, but to get $5 million, not a bad deal. Not a bad deal. He could go in there, get homers. Not the best batting average, but you'll go out there, you do pretty good. And I really have nothing else to say about the matter. It's just, wow. They really are proving all these other teams, that's just crazy, I think. Next team we're going for is my New York Mets. They got Max Scherzer. That's something I would never think I would be able to say. Am I dreaming? Max Scherzer, 3-year deal, $130 million. I was at school when it happened. I went nuts. I never thought Max Scherzer would be wearing a Mets jersey. Have you? He's a psycho on the mound, insane pitcher. He goes out there, one of the best pitchers in baseball, and he's just really going to focus on winning because that's what he wants to do. You know, he already won one World Series, and he's looking to win another one with the Mets. That would be amazing. Every NL East team has won, I think, in this century a World Series, but the Mets. Scherzer's going to lead them to that team, that World Series, and it's going to be amazing. I'm just saying. That'll probably be amazing if he's in Queens. Holy, I just can't even imagine that happening in any other year. We also have more deals the Mets got. They spent money on Black Friday, obviously. I think it was like a deal. They got first deal. We're going to go from low to higher and higher. So, obviously, this all happened 100% because Steve Cohen tweeted 8:51 a.m., November 24th. I am not happy this morning. I never seen such unprofessional behavior by a player's agent. I guess words and promises don't matter. Steven Matz, obviously, I guess didn't talk to Steve Cohen when they were negotiating a deal, which really got Steve Cohen mad, and he really went to Twitter and just full out just got mad. And 100% I agree that you have to do that because if you want to get a player, you have to go out there and try and get him. You just can't. If he wants to be part of a team, he's not just going to sit there. But, they gave him a second chance. He didn't take it. He could have taken it. But now the Mets went off and made a lot of those deals. So we have another deal. Now let me talk about the deals that the Mets made on Black Friday. Mark Canha. I think it was, I'm not pretty sure. But he's a high on base guy. He goes out there, he gets on base, and he could also play first base. He might be a good DH, but he doesn't really had the best average, but he spends most of his times from walks. And, he's not a bad guy, so he's going to really go out there. He's going to do good. So, Mark Canha, new Met, deal. I think he's 32 years old, but that doesn't really matter, because I think they're got him. I'm going to go check real quick for the money, but for the years, but that's a big deal, okay? You're picking up Mark Canha, a not bad player. I'm just saying that, really underrated, but still, 2 years, $26 million. That's a big deal. And then you got the Escobar deal, $20 million, 2 years. That's crazy, They're really going out there and doing a good job. Starting Marte made a deal, $78 million, 4 years. Excuse me. But he's going to go out there, steal bases, and he's going to get the job done. Next, this is a trade. Adam Frazier goes to the Mariners. That is just a stupid deal. I'm just saying. From Adam Frazier, from a Padres team to to the Mariners, but I don't know why. The Padres want to be a contender team. They don't make the playoffs, and then they expect why they're not making it. You're trading a guy that gets on base so much times, who everyone was going nuts for, and you just trade him away. Like, I don't know why. He has 305 average. Was an all-star, and they traded him for Ray Kerr and Corey Rozier. Okay? Why? Sorry. He's going number 26 now on the Mariners. But, he's going to go out there. He's going to be part of that underrated squad. And, he's going to try and go out there, get the wins. And, they're all going to be saying believe for him. And then, next, we have more deals. Sorry. With the Mariners, Robbie Ray signs a 5-year deal, $115 million. That's a big deal for Cy Young, AL Cy Young. He really would have taken a draft pick out of the Mets' hands if they went to go get him, but they just didn't really go for it. 5-year, obviously, deal, but that's a big deal. The Blue Jays could have gotten him, Gosman, Brios, Manoah. That's a good rotation, obviously. But that's just crazy. He's going to go out there, throw strikes, and he's going to hopefully deal. But, you're taking a risk, like how every player is getting a risk. You're taking a risk with Gosman and Robbie Ray. They both had just outstanding years, but you never know if they're going to go out there and have another amazing year, They're old, but you can't really trust them as much as you could trust Max Scherzer or DeGrom. I know they're old, but still. Now let's get into another guy. Kevin Gosman signed with the Blue Jays. 5 years, $110 million. Big deal. He's going to help out that team, He didn't really have the best second half, and he knows that. But, still, he's going to hopefully have a good year. But you're taking a risk, just like how I said before. He either could have a good year or a horrible year. And in the second half, you could tell that he wasn't really having the best year of all time. Second half of all time. But it's crazy, I just really I wasn't expecting that to happen. I was expecting him to either go to the Mets. Everyone was telling him, he's going to the Mets, 100%. No, he went to the Blue Jays. Okay. That rotation's going to be stacked, though, still. Even if they didn't get Robbie Ray, that rotation's still stacked, and they're going to still work on it, obviously, as you can tell. Now we have a contract extension from Byron Buxton. 7 years, $100 million. When I saw this, I thought they were joking. I saw this on Twitter. I was like, joke. This is a joke. No. They weren't joking. He actually signed that deal. He may have been injured, Sorry. When he wasn't injured, he was having an amazing year, He really was having an amazing year. And just to have a deal like that for a guy that you can't really trust 100%, it's a big deal. He can let you down, get hurt, ruin the money, and then just they don't want anything to do with it, trade it, release him, That they're probably not going to release him, probably not going to trade him until he gets into one of the last years of the contract. But that's a good deal, I think, for the Twins. Not a good team anymore, but, getting a big deal like that, that's going to really help out that team. Next deal, we have Corey Kluber signed with the Rays, a 1-year deal, $8 million, and 2-time Cy Young. Obviously, he went to the Rangers in 2020, shortened year, didn't really have a good year. They went to the Yankees, and he had pretty good. Do a no-hitter and really just enjoy the season. Now he's on the Rays. Supposedly there's a potential $13 million if he pitches a full season. recorded by multiple reporters, all this stuff, multiple writers. Next, we're going to go to the Marlins. They made a couple of deals. Obviously signing Avisail Garcia and extension of Sandy Alcantara. The Garcia one, he had a pretty good year, 50 with the Brewers, and they really got a steal. 4 years, $53 million. And he did a really good job on the Brewers, defining himself as an underrated player. But, that's just a guy that's going to help that team. And even though no one's scared of the Marlins, they're just literally playing for their own stats, or they're just playing for the future. But next they got Sandy Alcantara on extension. Their ace, the best player on the team. I'm sorry if you don't think that. It's either Avisail or Sandy, but I really think it's Sandy now. 4 years, $56 million for the extension. It's not a bad deal, It's not bad, but you're obviously going to take a risk because you never know. He's a good pitcher. Next, Hector Neris signed with the Astros, 2 years, $17 million. That's not a bad deal. All right? I'm just saying. He's going to go in there, throw strikes, and also just perform well. So I think he's a really good pitcher. A really good reliever, really good pickup, and that's a little steal. But, I got to admit, they could put that contract down a tiny little bit, maybe put out like $12 million around there, and then you have a good deal. Okay, you have a steal. Next, they have Michael Wacha to the Red Sox. He was obviously on the Mets in 2020. He didn't really perform well. Went to the Rays in 2021, but now he signs with the Red Sox. I don't really have anything else to say. 1-year deal. There's nothing anyone could say, really. Obviously, $70 million. But obviously, they lost Rodriguez, Erod. And they're really going to try putting it back. And Wacha had a 4.1 ERA in all his career. But last year, he was 30 years old, I'm pretty sure. But a 5.0 ERA. But then ending the season, he had a 2.8 ERA in 7 appearances from August 28th to ending the year in back-to-back scoreless 5 innings of starts in which he allowed a total of 1 hit. That's crazy. They're a little bit of a steal if he could perform like how they want him to, 100%. I am not calling that a bad deal. It's a really good deal, I think, 100%. Next, we're going back to the Mets. And Nick Plummer, not really a big deal. I'm just going to go over every single deal now. But Nick Plummer, not a really big deal. Not crazy. No one's going to be like, holy cow, Nick Plummer signed with the Mets. And no one's going to go nuts. No one's going to be like, oh my God, that's crazy. But you never got it. You never know. He could have an insane year, eh? But probably not. So that's not a bad deal. I don't really know how to compare anything else with him. Next, Wander Franco signs a big deal, a 12-year deal that guarantees him around $180 million. That's a big deal. You're taking a risk, okay? Franco could either have an amazing career, okay, or he could have a horrible one, all right? He's still young, You're taking a young guy and then just bringing him higher and higher money-wise. That that deal was like half of their payroll the past couple of years. But they really want to go all out. But if you want to sign that big of a contract extension, I know it's agreeable. But you could also go for other guys like Randy Rosarena and Brandon Lowe, two guys that you can trust. But, I'm not hating on that deal. That was a good deal. Next one, we have Kendall Graveman, who had an insane year with the Mariners, then getting traded to the Astros. But 3-year deal, $24 million with the White Sox. It's not a bad deal. He's going out there, Liam Hendricks in that bullpen. And I think also Craig Kimball, I think he's a free agent and right to par. But if they could get him back, that's a stacked bullpen. Next, the person that got the Mets, all those players, obviously. Excuse me. Steve Matz. Had a chance to go to Mets? No. He wants to go to Cardinals. 4 years, $44 million. That's just a bad deal. Okay? I'm not trying to call out Nats, not say anything bad, but he's not the best pitcher. He's not going to go out there, throw complete game shutout. He's going to go out there, throw 7 runs in 2 innings. He's not that good of a pitcher. He's going to go out there and just be amazing. Next one, we have Aaron Loop, signs with the Angels, 2 years, $17 million. That's a deal. That's amazing for the Angels. Horrible for them. I miss him already. He was a really nice guy. I met him on the 9/11 game, but that's an amazing deal. He had I think a 1 ERA or something even lower, but 1.9. But that's an amazing deal for the Angels. They're really trying to go out there. We're going to get into another deal that they did. We're not going to. I already went over it in a short, but it's still heart-crushing. Next, the Giants got an extension for Anthony DeSclafani. But not really an extension. They signed him 3 years, $36 million. That's a big deal. He went out there, had a breakout year. And, that's just a good deal. Justin Verlander also goes back to the Astros. Obviously, he's not going to the Yankees. No, Yankee fans. You have nothing to be proud of yet. But Justin Verlander, 1 year, $25 million. Not a bad deal. Next, Pedro Severino was signed. 1 year, $1.9 million. He used to be an Oriole. Orioles, once they get traded, they end up doing either horrible or amazing. But, I can't really say anything else about that. Next we have Giants keep Brandon Belt, qualifying offer, $18.4 million. He's the captain of the Giants. He would never leave. I'm just saying. Career Giant, lifelong, 100%. It's gonna be him, Crawford, and probably Posey. Those are going to be the guys that are going to, obviously Posey retired, so he's a lifelong Giant. But all those other guys are also going to be lifelong Giants, 100%. Next, here's the sad part. The Angels get, drum roll please, Noah Syndergaard. Okay. I went over this. 1 year, $21 million. He either could be healthy, or he either could be hurt and miss out on a whole season of yours, and then just come back and then sign with another team. But, good for him. He's getting paid, to another team, obviously, but it's still sad. But he's going to go out there. Either if he's healthy, pitch good. Not healthy, not going to pitch at all. The Blue Jays obviously extended Jose Brios. I went over that. 7 years, $131 million. He's a good pitcher. Part of that Blue Jays rotation. That's going to be amazing. That's it. Okay. Next, we have Erod going to the Tigers, obviously. Left-handed pitcher. 5-year deal, $77 million. That's a big deal for Erod. Obviously, former Red Sox. But that's a big deal. He's going to go out there, either have an insane year or a horrible year. It's like most of those guys. Next, the Braves got Manny Pena. 2 years, $8 million. Obviously, he had 13 home runs in those 75 games he has played. So he's not a bad player. I really can't go anything else on that. Next, Mike Brazo got traded to the Brewers for Evan Reifert. Sorry for pronouncing that wrong. 2 trades between 2 amazing teams, the Brewers and the Rays. Obviously, Brazo had some really big memories with the Rays. But then, going to the Brewers, hopefully has a good year. Next, Andrew Heaney goes to the Dodgers. That was the first deal of the free agency this year. So 1 year, $8.5 million. Sorry if this was a long video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. So subscribe to the channel, like the video, and comment sub. One word for y'all. Sub.